Hey, how's it going? This is Jason at jpconstruction. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to lay out and measure for kitchen cabinets using this somewhat completed real-world example that we have here. I'll come back in a couple of weeks with a follow-up video once we get the countertops in, get everything painted. But for now, let me walk you through how we got this far. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is find the center point of the window. This is really important because the center point of the window, and if that's where you center your sink, then your kitchen faucet will be centered on the window, usually a big focal point. So what we'll do, come in, get a measurement across the window there, and then divide it by 2. Basically, you only got to be within probably quarter, half inch, it's close enough, but make a mark, and that will be the center point. And there I'm just going to check it, make sure, get it again close but not perfect, and then mark a plumb line right here, and you'd mark all the way down the wall, so that way you'll know where to start your first base cabinet, which is the sink base. Okay, so last step, found the center point of the sink base, so that'll be the cabinet we start with. But now we need to find the top of where the base cabinet goes, so that's 34.5 inches off the floor, particularly the highest point of the floor if you have a floor that's uneven. But anyway, 34.5 inches is what you're looking for. That'll be where the top of the base cabinet goes. And so I want to get a level line all the way across there. In this case, I'll just use this laser level. And so again, now we know where the center point of the sink base is, and now we know where the top of where the sink base goes, and we'll be able to start there and have a level line all the way across that wall to follow. Okay, so now the base cabinets are set. I'll find where the uppers go, and what I'll do there, measure 20 inches up the wall from the top of the base cabinet. That will be where the uppers start on the bottom there. Also need to find where the uppers will start on the side. So what you'll do there is mark a parallel line up the wall from the side of the base cabinet, and that will be where you start the upper. Okay, next I'll measure for the microwave and the stove. It's the same opening. They're both 30 inches wide, so 30 inches wide right there for the microwave. And then also you'll want to measure the height of it. You won't want the microwave to stick out below the bottom of the upper. You want it to stay up above it, about where my finger is there. So yeah, that'll be about 17 inches tall for the microwave. And then again, 30 inches wide for the stove. And again, top to bottom, to make sure that refrigerator panel on the left side there is a little loose. So you want to make sure that has a bowed and warp the measurement there a little bit. Also, you'll have a filler piece on the right side in this application, so you'll have clearance for the door to open. And speaking of the door to open, you want 48 inches in front of the stove, so you can get the door open and work in front of it. And so that's what I'm measuring for here. Okay, so now we have found where the center of the sink base goes. Now what we need to do is find the top of where the sink base goes. And this will be the top for all the base cabinets. So the top of the base cabinets will sit at 34.5 inches off the floor. Generally, you want to find the highest point in the floor. So 34.5 inches, and that will be the top of the all the base cabinets. And so now you want a level line across the wall there to show where the top of the base cabinets go, and use this laser level. And so all the way across is the level line, and that's where we will run the base cabinets up to. Okay, now I didn't get into the layout of the different sizes of the base cabinets and appliances, but it's obviously very important, and it's really a lot more to put than in just this one video. So now what I'm going to do here is all the uppers and the base, everything has been installed per the layout. So now I want to go back and check the appliances. This is the refrigerator opening, so it'll be about 70 inches tall, and then on the width is 36 inches, maybe even 38, just for good measure, to give it some room to get in there. And then also in this setup, you can see where the island is in front of the fridge, so I want to make sure that I got enough width there from the front of the fridge over to the island, which needs to be about 48 inches. That way you can stand in front of it and get the door open. And then another thing you can't really see, there's a filler on the side there, and that's to be able to get the refrigerator door open. So I want 5 inches up and down roughly, and that will be just enough to get the door open and get a tray to slide out. Okay, so now I'm going to check the walkway measurement and make sure that it's even. So also you'll want a minimum of 36, but ideally you want 42 to 48, and in this case I think it was 43. So I'm going to walk down a few different points across the walkway and make sure that it's all even. So if I was planning the layout or checking the measurements after install, such as I did here, it's all in the prep. If I had to make any adjustments right now, it wouldn't be that big a deal. I could just take the screws out, move the cabinets around, get them where they need to be, as opposed to if the countertops were already installed, the cabinets were painted. It's a much more invasive process. So accurate measurements, smart planning, and knowing how to build the room out, that's how I do it. Hey, stay tuned. We're gonna finish this thing out and then we'll do another walkthrough.